Have you ever wondered if your data could tell you a story? A story you didn't even know to ask for? Well, that's the incredible power of unsupervised learning. And today, we're going to dive in and unlock its secrets. I mean, really think about that for a second. What if your data could actually speak for itself? Instead of you having to ask all the right questions, what if it could just reveal its own secrets, its own hidden structure, directly to you? Well, that's exactly where unsupervised learning comes in. It's the key. It's how you listen to what your data is trying to tell you, even when you have no clue what you're supposed to be looking for. So, let's put a formal definition on it. Unsupervised learning is a type of machine learning where the algorithms get a whole bunch of unlabeled data. The best analogy? It's like giving a detective a room full of clues, but with no suspect, no case file, nothing. Their job is simply to find the connections, the patterns, the hidden story, all on their own. There's no answer key. Now, to really wrap our heads around this, it really helps to compare it to its more famous sibling, supervised learning. And for anyone in business, understanding this distinction is absolutely crucial. So let's break this down. On one hand, you have supervised learning. That's like learning with an answer key, right? It uses labeled data, it's taught by example, and the whole point is to predict a known outcome. But unsupervised learning, that is a totally different ballgame. It's about learning on its own. It takes unlabeled data, finds its own patterns, and its goal is to discover a hidden structure you didn't even know existed. And look, this isn't just some academic theory. Knowing the difference helps you choose the right tool for the job. The question for any manager or analyst is this: are you trying to predict something you already know how to define, or are you trying to discover something brand new? Okay, so with that in mind, let's open up the unsupervised learning toolbox. We're going to look at a few key techniques that can help you uncover some amazing insights from your data. This is where the magic really happens. You can see how these techniques map directly to real business tasks. You need to figure out your customer groups? That's a job for clustering. Want to spot potential fraud? Anomaly detection is your best friend. And how about boosting sales with smarter recommendations? Yeah, that's where association rules really shine. So first up in our toolbox, clustering. This is all about finding the natural, organic groups that exist in your data. Think of clustering like a super smart sorting hat. It just looks at all your data points, whether they're your customers, your products, whatever, and it automatically puts them into these neat little groups based on their similarities. And the best part is, you don't have to tell it what the groups are beforehand, it just figures it out. And one of the most popular go-to algorithms for this is called K-means clustering. It's an absolute workhorse for tasks like customer segmentation because it's simple, it's powerful, and it's just incredibly effective at finding those hidden groups. So how does it actually work? Well, you start with just a scatter of unlabeled data points. Then the algorithm identifies a specific number of group centers. That's the K in K-means. From there, it assigns every single data point to whichever center it's closest to. And bam, just like that, it reveals these distinct natural clusters in your data, letting you create clear customer personas or product categories right from the raw information. Okay, next tool from the box. This one's about finding the rebels, the outliers, the one that just doesn't fit in. Because sometimes the most valuable piece of data is the one that breaks the pattern. And this is where anomaly detection comes in. Anomaly detection is basically your digital smoke detector. It is constantly scanning your data, looking for anything that's out of the ordinary, anything that could signal a problem. And just like a real smoke detector, it can save you from a whole lot of trouble down the line. And just think about the business applications here. They're huge. We're talking about catching credit card fraud before it gets out of hand, identifying a piece of manufacturing equipment that's about to fail, spotting a network security intrusion the moment it happens, or even just finding really bizarre customer purchase patterns that could signal on opportunity. So we've talked about finding groups, and we've talked about finding outliers. Now let's talk about finding hidden connections. This is where our final set of tools, the association tools, come into play. So let me ask you this. What if you could practically read your customers' minds? What if you knew what they were going to buy next just by understanding what they buy together? It sounds like science fiction, but with association rules, you can get surprisingly close. This technique is the secret sauce behind those you might also like recommendations on Amazon and Netflix. It's called association rules mining, or sometimes you'll hear it called market basket analysis. And its entire purpose is to find those hidden connections between the things people buy. And this isn't just about data. It's about understanding real human behavior. Once you know what your customers actually buy together, you can create way smarter promotions, you can design better store layouts, you can build much more effective marketing campaigns. The opportunities are just massive. And that really gets to the heart of what unsupervised learning is all about. The goal isn't just to find answers to questions you already have. It's about discovering the questions you didn't even know you should be asking. It's pure exploration. So let's do a quick recap of our toolbox. You've got clustering to segment your audience. You've got anomaly detection to find those critical outliers, and you have association rules to uncover those hidden behaviors. 3 powerful tools to help you unlock the secrets in your data. So that really leaves us with one final big question, the one you should be thinking about right now. What hidden opportunities are just sitting there, waiting in your data? What secrets are ready to be discovered? Well, there's only one way to find out. You've got to start listening.